When the Angels acquired Zach Greinke at the trade deadline, they were 4 games back in the American League West, and many felt the addition would put the Halos over the top in their pursuit of the division title. But things don't always go as planned, especially in the dog days of a baseball season. After 2 impressive wins in Arlington, the Angels look poised to creep even closer to the division lead. But a furious comeback would foil those plans, and the Halos have managed just 3 wins since. Now the Angels find themselves with their biggest deficit of the season in the American League West and at the bottom of the wild card contenders. The time to win is now, and tonight the Angels turn to their newly acquired ace to do what they know he can. Zach Greinke takes on the Tribe next. $4.99 plus tax at participating stores. By Hyundai's Summer Drive sales event, now through September 3rd. And by 76 Gas, we're on the driver's side. Another warm night here at the Big A. This is game number 2 of the 3-game set between your Angels and the visiting Cleveland Indians. The Halos dropping game 1 last night. We welcome you inside our broadcast booth. Victor Rojas along with the birthday boy himself, Mark Hoobs. A happy birthday from everyone.
I appreciate that.
A lot of folks are wishing you the very best on this very big birthday.
Finally turned 21.
Yeah, that's what they say.
Me and Mike Trout. Finally.
Let's talk a little bit about this ball club. We mentioned the loss last night, a tough one at that, in that Albert Pujols got the Angels back within 1, but then the bullpen unfortunately gave up 3 runs in that 9th inning. It became a 6-2 loss. And this is a team that at one point obviously had an 8-15 month of April, but they did turn it around. Fans want to know when they are going to turn it around.
Yeah, Victor, you mentioned that when you think about it, how that slow start, then all of a sudden the 3 phases you talked about even last night, the pitching, the defense, and the offense came together. The bullpen was outstanding. The reason why is because the starters gave some length in the game, 7, 8 innings, limited how many outs they had to get out of the bullpen. Everything was together at that point. Now it's kind of pulling apart once again, but when you have a guy like Zach Greinke on the mound today, you still have that chance to get it all to go and together.
All right, we've seen Zach Greinke make a couple of starts for the Angels. He had one very good start, and his first one here at the Big A. Is it good for him to come back to the home ballpark and try to pick up his first victory as a Halo.
Yeah, he's always thrown the ball exceptionally well at home. And here he gets an opportunity to pitch back at the Big A. No more of a pitcher's yard. He's comfortable on this mound. Big thing, the combination with him and Chris Iannetta, if they're on the same page, utilizing that two-seam fastball, we talked about that on the pregame being so important for him.
Check out the lineup that Manny Acta is running out there this evening for the Cleveland Indians with a 54-62 record. It's Jason Kipnis leading things off. He'll serve as the DH as Drupal Cabrera is the shortstop. Shin-Soo Choo is in right field. He'll bat third. Carlos Santana, the cleanup hitter. He'll do the catching. Michael Brantley's back in center field. Casey Kochman at first base. Jason Donald was the leadoff man last night. He's in the 7-hole tonight, playing second base. Jack Hanahan gets a start at third base, and Ezekiel Carrera, who started off that rally for the Indians in the ninth last night with a pinch hit single, will bat ninth and play left field. Facing Zach Greinke, making his fourth start as a member of the Angels organization. We mentioned the start that he had here against the Tampa Bay Rays. Not a bad one, 2 runs in 7 innings. Last 2 times out, though, out on the road, he had 2 big innings, 1 in each of those starts.
And both reasons why in those games was because of the command of the fastball in and away. But he's throwing the ball very well against Cleveland throughout his career. Last 5 decisions since 2009, 4-1 with an ERA 3.47, 8-9 overall against Cleveland. Being in that same division over the years allows him to have a pretty good game plan to be able to go through this Cleveland lineup.
All right, defensively for the Halos, Mark Trumbo in left, Mike Trout at center, Torrey Hunter in right. The infield consists of Alberto Callaspo, Eric Ivar, Howie Kendrick, and Albert Pujols, and Chris Iannetta's back behind the plate.
Torrey Hunter with that very strong throwing, accurate arm from right field, his 8th outfield assist last night, 15 last year, giving him 23 for the last 2 years. 9-time Gold Glove winner in center field. I'll tell you what, the way he's been playing right field, he's going to get a Gold Glove out there also soon.
Jason Kipnis leads things off, and the first one is ripped into right field on a fastball down and in. Kipnis is on board with a leadoff single. Kipnis came up as a pinch hitter in the 9th inning last night against Jason Isringhausen. Had a sacrifice fly. He picked up his 59th run batted in. He starts this one off with a single to right field as he came in batting .259 on the season. And they switch hitting shortstop as Drupal Cabrera will step to the plate.
And Kipnis definitely a stolen base threat, 23 stolen bases in 27 attempts. Part of the game, though, that Greinke's very good at as far as being quick to the plate. Very good quick pickoff move also. 1 pickoff this year.
Cabrera fouls off the first pitch, and the Indians come out hacking here. 2 pitches, 2 swings right off the get-go.
They're always known as a patient team, but they haven't been patient yet. 2 fastball scenes, swinging at both of them.
Last night, the Indians racked out 11 hits, scoring 6 runs. The Angels 9 hits, scoring twice, and that was on the Pujols home run, his 25th of the year. Oh, 1 pitch, breaking pitch, rolled over to Pujols. He'll fire to Ibar, back to first, a 3-6-3 double play, 2 down.
Boy, that was textbook by Pujols. Fields that baseball, gets rid of it right away. That way you could avoid the takeout at second base to Eric Ibar. 3-6-3 double play. Position, perfect throw. Ibar can get out of the way of the slide and easily turns that 3-6-3 double play. Perfect throw, though, from Pujols. High enough that Ibar can avoid the slide in from Kipnis. Big double play ball to start off this game here for Greinke and the Angels. 12th double play that Cabrera's hit into.
Shin-Soo Choo, the right fielder, steps up with 2 outs and nobody on. And looks at a fastball for a strike. Choo went 0 for 5 last night. Struck out 3 times, hitting .282 on the season with 13 home runs and 44 runs batted in. This one's grounded over to short. Eric Ibar has it. Very economical. A lot of strikes for Zach Greinke. 5 pitches. Head to the bottom first with no score. pitches to get 3 outs.
That's a lot of fun when you can do that.
Very economical, as we pointed out. As we head to the bottom of the first inning, we'll take a look at Mike Scioscia starting 9 for this evening's ball game. The Halos now just 4 games over 500. 60 and 56. Mike Trout is in center field, leading things off. Torrey Hunter in right. Albert Pujols at first base. Kendrys Morales at DH. Mark Trumbo is in left field. Alberto Callasco will serve as the third baseman. Howie Kendrick will play second base. Eric Ibar is the shortstop batting 8th. And it's Chris Iannetta batting 9th and doing the catching as they take on the veteran right-hander, the 28-year-old native of the Dominican Republic. His name is Ubaldo Jimenez.
Jimenez fastball 90 to 95. Curveball, slider, changeup, split finger fastball, all above average pitches, but commanding the strike zone. A big issue for him with 77 walks in just 133 and 2/3 innings pitched so far this year.
Trout to lead things off, and the first one is a fastball for a strike. Mike last night 1 for 3, had a couple of walks as well, hitting .340. 21 home runs, 65 runs batted in. Hanahan playing into third base. As this one's out to the alley in right center field, it's going to go all the way to the wall. Trout on his way to second. Bradley plays to Karam cleanly. It's a leadoff double for Mike Trout, his 22nd of the year.
And a good swing once again for Trout. Allowed the baseball to travel. Hits the ball hard. Even though it's a short, compact swing, he has good plate coverage going the other way. Also, one hops that right field wall. Big star for the Angels here to have Trout on at second base with that speed. Forces the corner infielders to have to think in terms of a bunt with Torrey up, and also have to deal with the fact that Trout could steal third base.
Here's Torrey Hunter. The first one is in for a strike. Torrey last night 1 for 4, hitting .295 on the year with 12 home runs and 55 runs batted in. The Angels have been struggling in these situations. Men in scoring position. This one back up the middle, and there's a base hit. Trout is going to come in to score. Bradley has no throw. And that big goose egg, as far as scoring situations, is no more. The Halos 0 for 9 last night. 0 for their last 15, and Torrey puts the Angels up 1-0.
We have these two approaches at the plate. Double the right center field, then a line drive back up the middle for Torrey Hunter. And his 56th RBI. You see that enthusiasm right away, that energy. Trout and Hunter bring at the top of this order for the Angels.
Double on a single, plates a run, and here's Albert Pujols. Last night, collected a multi-hit game, 2 for 4. A single and a 2-run home run, his 25th of the year, now with 78 runs batted in. First one is down and away. Just to extrapolate a little bit on the struggles the Angels have had with men in scoring position, as good as the Angels were on that road trip offensively as far as putting runs up, they started to struggle with situational hitting in that Oakland series. 10 for the last 56, now 11 for the last 57, going back to that Monday game in Oakland. As that pitch is in for a strike, and it's 1-1.
Sometimes you try to do too much at the plate. Just go back to your normal approach. Let the baseball travel and hit it to where the ball was pitched. If it's away on the outside corner, you got to hit the ball the other way. Don't try to pull everything.
Torrey with a short lead at first. That pitch is down and away. 2 balls and 1 strike. Take a look at our Hyundai key to the game for tonight.
A little Drake and Rihanna for you. I know you're big fans of those two. Victor, take care. In other words, take care of your own job as far as being on the mound, throwing strikes. We saw that with Zach Greinke there in the top of the first with the glove in the field. And, of course, your approach at the plate, Torrey and Mike Trout. Excellent approaches early on.
2-1 pitch. Off speed is down low. 3 balls and a strike. So on this monumental birthday for you, you decided to go Drake and Rihanna. That's what you came up with.
Trying to stay young.
A lot of people in the Twitterverse are probably going to be a little upset at you, but that's all right.
Well, you just turned 21.
Yeah.
twice or 3 times.
Yes. 3-1 pitch. Fouled back on a fastball. So full count.
See if Pujols can keep that momentum from his last 2 swings last night. Line drive up the middle and a home run to left. He had been struggling, rolling over on ground balls short or third, but then that approach, line drive up the middle. Then the very next at bat, that's when he crushed a baseball.
Yeah, Albert had been hitless in 3 straight games leading into last night's ball game. 1 for 26, went 0 for 2 in the first 2 ABs, so 1 for 28 before getting those 2 knocks in his last 2 at bats. See if Torrey takes off here.
He has to be going here, you would think.
Hunter goes. The 3-2 is down low. He walked him. So a double, a single, and a walk. The first 3 have reached for the Angels. Brings up Kendrys Morales. Hey, tomorrow when the Halos take on the Indians, that's a 7:05 start as well. Fans in attendance will receive a 2002 championship poster while supplies last. Purchase your tickets today at angels.com or by visiting the Angel Stadium ticket office. Speaking of which, this being the week Angels celebrate the 10th anniversary of their 2002 World Championship. Troy Percival had the honor of throwing out the ceremonial first pitch. He'll be joining us in the top of the second.
Still got it, too. He had some good movement on the fastball for a strike. That first pitch. I'll have to tell him to try to convince Garrett Anderson to pitch from the mound.
Yeah, what's that all about? Respecting the position. Morales lines one to left field. There's a base hit. Torrey had to head back. He's still going to be waved home. Pujols will head to third. 2-0 Angels.
That's 3 great approaches against Jimenez. Talked about sinker baller, going to stay down in the strike zone. You try to pull that fastball, you're going to hit the ball into the ground into a potential double play, but stay back and hit the ball the other way. Very successful approach here. All 3 hits, either up the middle or the other way, and a good walk for Albert Pujols, resulting in 2 runs so far, first and third with chances to get more.
Getting a visit to the mound with nobody out here in the first inning. Ruben Niebla, the interim pitching coach. Scott Verdinsky was fired last week. Double, single, walk, and a single. 2-0 Halos here in the first inning.
Facing the guy that we mentioned how many innings he's pitched, 133 2/3, 138 hits, 77 walks, so he allows base runners. And since the All-Star break in 6 starts has struggled, ERA getting close to 8. He's not been able to get that fastball down consistently enough in his breaking pitches, which allows him to throw that sinker down, have not been in the strike zone.
Acquired last year at the non-waiver trade deadline. Trumbo steps in and cues one off the end of the bat. Pass Kochman into right field. Pujols will score. Morales keeps going to third. It is 3-0 Angels. Casey Kochman, who was holding Kendrys Morales at first base, looked like he slipped just a little bit and just enough for that baseball to get by him at first base.
When he tries to get off the base and get back and react, this underneath the glove. Trumbo with a base hit and RBI. RBI number 74 for Trumbo. All 4 hits the other way or up the middle.
How about Kendrys continuing on to third base with the very strong
That's a good
arm
read
of Shin-Soo Choo and right. So here's Alberto Callaspo. Still nobody on. Runners at first and third. The off-speed pitch is down low. 1 ball, no strikes. Trumbo, by the way, picks up his 74th run batted in. Alberto picked up a couple of hits late last night. 2 for 4 overall. A 244 average with 8 home runs and 35 runs batted in. He's got Morales at third and Trumbo at first. That one's down low, 2-0. There's a look at the situational hitting for the Angels the previous 4 games compared to tonight.
The approach has been so good against the guy that lives down in the strike zone, preferably on the outer part of the plate, too.
And that is lined out toward right field. Choo is there. He'll make the catch. Kendrys will stay at third as that throw sails all the way home. 1 out.
You're not going to take the chances, especially with no outs at that point against Chu. Strong arm, even though it was a high throw. 4 outfield assists this year so far, but back in 2010, led the majors with 14. Strong and accurate and very aggressive coming in on the baseball.
So runners remain at first and third. 1 out now, and Howie Kendrick at the plate. Howie rolls this one foul, chasing a breaking pitch, and the snowball's in strike. Kendrick had a 2-for-4 game last night as well, hitting .285 on the year with 5 home runs at 40 runs batted in.
Well, you would think Jimenez would play right in the approach that Howie has, allowed the baseball to travel and hit the ball the other way against him.
Runner goes, and that may have gotten the helmet of Howie Kendrick, and sure enough.
6th batter that Jimenez has hit this year. When that fastball ran in, he was looking for that inside out approach, got the bill of the helmet and off Howie's helmet and onto Santana's arm. And I'm never going to make sure everything's okay. Anytime you get hit in the helmet, make sure your focus is still there.
So the Angels have the bases loaded with 1 out as Howie is all right.
Where you look for that knockout punch right now. If you're Eric Ibar, wait for a fastball. Swung at a couple of those hard sliders down and in off the plate, hitting from the left side last night. Stay back and allow your hands to travel through and hit the ball to right center field or left center field.
Off-speed pitch pulled over to Kochman. Kochman comes home with a high throw. And no relay back to first. And there you go. That's exactly what you were talking about. He swung at a changeup that was in the upper part of the strike zone. And fortunately for the Angels, no double play is turned. The base is still loaded and 2 outs.
Sometimes you can be too aggressive in that position, especially after the pitcher hits a batter. A lot of times you have a tough time refocus as a pitcher because you're not trying to hit anybody. And when you hit somebody in the helmet, then your focus is away. That's why you try to be patient at the plate. Wait for a pitch that you can drive.
I mean, you know you're going to get one. Might as well sit on a fastball and not chase a changeup. Chris Iannetta looks at a breaking pitch down and away. 1 ball, no strikes on the Angels catcher. The Halos have hit around here the first. Bases loaded, 2 outs. A 3-0 Angels lead. Chris last night 0 for 3. Hitting 194 on the season. Breaking pitch cued foul. This one off of Santana. It trickles back. It's 1 ball, 1 strike. The Angels striking first in a game, meaning scoring first to take the lead for the first time since Wednesday's game. And that was a 2nd inning home run by Kendrys Morales.
Former battery mates. We think always advantage to the catcher in these spots.
1-1 pitch. This one pulled towards short. Off the glove of Cabrera. 1 run will score, and the inning will continue. 4-0 Angels. You figured on a sharply hit ball like that more than likely Cabrera gets charged with an error. We'll see how they rule it.
Tell you what, it was interesting watching Dino Evil right away put up the stop sign.
They're giving him a hit and an RBI.
Especially the reason why he put up the stop sign, because this young man coming to the plate right here. And then a ball got into the outfield with how he run at good speed, but Mike Trout at the plate. Giving him an opportunity to swing again here in the first.
Trout led things off with a double to the alley in right center field. His 22nd double of the year, and he scored the first run. Bases loaded, 2 outs, 4-0 Halos here in the first. Time is called as Trout wants to make sure that right foot is dug in there. Two and 0.
This is when Mike Trout is at his best. Even though he's still so young, he doesn't expand his strike zone often, especially when he's ahead of the count here 2-0, knowing the pitcher has to throw a strike. More than likely it's going to be a fastball.
Misses down low, 3 balls and no strikes. 24 pitches thrown by Jimenez. 12 balls, 12 strikes. 5 hits allowed, 1 walk, 1 hit batter. He thought it was ball 4 as he dropped the bat. Phil Cuzzy calls the strike, and it's 3-1.
See if this ball catches that lower part of the strike zone. When Fox tracks, it gets the bottom part.
That's not where the catcher catches the ball as it crosses the plate. So 3-1. And the pitch. This one bounced over to Kochman. He was playing way off the line, and the inning comes to an end. But the Halos bat around here in the first. For the first time since June 19th, they score 4 times, and after 1, they lead at 4-0. Hey, you're up on the big screen. Happy birthday. Wave to everybody. See?
Yeah.
Little things like that.
Yes. That's how I roll.
You know, especially for
a veteran?
Yeah, for a Justin Bieber type of birthday. A couple of times over. Santana, Brantley, and Kochman here in the second. We're waiting for Troy Percival to come in here and hang out and give you some grief. Greinke gave up a base hit on the very first pitch in the first inning. Then got a double play ball and got 2 to ground out on 5 pitches. He got through that first inning. The 6th one of the ball game is a strike on Santana. Last night served as the DH and cleanup hitter. Tonight is the cleanup hitter and the catcher. Switch hitter. As he fouls off this one, it's no balls and 2 strikes. He had a 1-for-4 game last night, hitting .241 on the season. 12 home runs and 53 runs batted in. Nice job by the Angels offense. 5 hits. Scoring 4 times with batting around, sending 10 men to the plate. Check swing. And they want an appeal. Jerry Davis says he did not go. And it's 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Just great approaches at the plate for the Angel hitters last inning. Even the out that Mike Trout made, that was a pretty good swing, but Kochman playing well off that first base bag. Able to field the grounder and end the inning.
1-2. Missed inside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Santana never gets cheated on his swings. He sees a pitch he likes, and he will hack at it. And he's got some pop in his bat. 12 home runs he's hit this season.
With a swing like that, you think something off speed would be effective against him, though.
.27 home runs last year, 79 runs batted in. His first full season in the big leagues, although he hit just .239 last season. And now unable to get on the same page. Iannetta started out, and Greinke put up the stop sign.
So we're all right. We got 4 or 5 different out pitches to use.
2-2 on the way. This one's bounced right back to Greinke. Leadoff man here in the second is retired, and there is out number 1. AM 830 and the ESPN Zone Anaheim are teaming up once again to host the Angels Cooking Challenge at downtown Disney this Thursday. That's at 10 a.m. Come watch Peter Borges, Mark Trumbo, and other Angels raising money for the Angels Baseball Foundation. For more information and to purchase tickets, visit am830.net.
You're in on that too, aren't you?
Yeah, I get to be a judge, and I hope they don't put any funny stuff in the food. You know me, I'm not a vegetable eater. I don't like any of the.
Not a salad either, huh?
No.
Just the basics.
Pretty much. If you give me a steak and some potatoes, you're going to win that contest.
That's it.
Yeah.
Throw a lot of veggies, mushrooms, all
You're
those
out.
in. You're out. Yeah,
You're
no
out.
chance.
0-1 pitch to Brantley's down low. 1 ball, 1 strike. Brantley, the center fielder, went 0 for 4 last night, hitting .289 on the year. 4 home runs and 50 runs batted in. Aldo Jimenez, a long bottom of the first. Brantley lifts this one out toward left center field. It's slicing back towards Trumbo. He is there, puts it away, 2 outs.
First baseball hit in the air so far after 4 ground ball outs. Trumbo in position to be able to field that good first step and allow that baseball to come back to him as a left fielder off a left-handed hitter's bat.
Casey Kochman steps in with 2 outs and nobody on. Take that one upstairs. Kochman 2 for 4 last night. A couple of singles. .226 average with 10 home runs and 40 runs batted in. We were just talking during that commercial break about Trout's approach in his second at bat in the first inning. And a good piece of hitting that Trout did at 3-1 count, and how far Kochman was playing off the line. That's the only reason why Trout was put out.
That was at least 2 RBIs the way that ball was hit so well.
Kochman with the whirlybird swing on the off-speed pitch out in front of it. 1-2.
Good sign with a changeup there for Greinke. Good arm action after a lot of fastballs.
That's the one thing with Kochman, that his glove has not gone in a slump.
No, he can pick it.
Yeah, he can.
And he always puts himself in good position at first base also.
1-2 from Greinke is looped over to second base, and Howie can't get it. It's over his head and into right field. And he tried to time that jump second hit for Cleveland. This one comes with 2 outs here in the second. Not a bad pitch either, in on the hands.
One thing about Kochman, though, anything up in the strike zone, that's his better approach, whether it's up and away or even up and in. Even though he didn't square that one up, he does fight that one off pretty good when you go inside up.
There's Jason Donald. Fastball is down in the dirt. Donald was the leadoff man last night against C.J. Wilson. Overall in the ball game, went 2 for 4, hitting .209 on the year. A home run and 7 runs batted in. Out toward right center field. Torrey moving to his right, has to go back on it. He will track it down, makes the catch. The inning comes to an end. Well, in the bottom of the second, with the Angels up 4-0. quickly take a look at our upcoming schedule. One more against Cleveland. That's tomorrow night at 7:05 start. Then 4 against the red-hot Tampa Bay Rays, who are up in Seattle and leading that one already. 2-1 in the bottom of the second. Torrey Hunter, Albert Pujols, Kendrys Morales here in the second inning for the Angels as Jimenez misses outside.
Well, these are the times you don't be satisfied with some good at-bats early. Got to continue to try to add on.
Torrey fouls this one off to the right. Evens the count at 1 ball, 1 strike.
Torrey's been so good those last 58 games, batting average of .335. Much quieter approach at the plate.
Bounces this one toward the middle. Donald was shading him that way. Torrey is starting out to start off the second inning. So Hunter is 1 for 2. He had the RBI single in the first inning. It made it 1-0 Angels. His 56th run batted in. As Albert will come to the plate, let's check out the Mazda leaderboard. With Albert stepping up.
Only player in Major League history with 25 or more home runs in each of his first 12 seasons. 470 for Pujols.
1 ball, no strikes. Albert drew a walk in the first, came around to score. The first walk he has picked up himself. Not an intentional walk since July 24th.
So that's 3 really good at-bats in a row when you think about that line drive up the middle, the home run, and the patience at the plate his first time around.
2-0 pitch. Down and away. 3 balls and no strikes.
I believe he's going to have the green light if he feels comfortable here.
And that's lined into the glove of the third baseman Hanahan, who robs Albert of a base hit. 2 down. Nice play by Hanahan.
What a nice swing too for Pujols. Got a pitch he can drive it, a rocket. And Hanahan's very good at that third base position. So quick reflexes. He's been able to come up with that line drive from Pujols. So again, another good at bat for Pujols.
Pretty good fielding percentage for Hanahan. As Morales rolls over this one. That's the shortstop as Drupal Cabrera in the overshift, throwing him out. Jimenez has himself a 1-2-3 second. 2 complete, and the Halos up 4-0. Score of 4-0. Zach Greinke to face 8-9-1 for Cleveland. Hanahan, Carrera, and Kipnis here in the third inning. 2 hits allowed by Greinke. No strikeouts, no walks. Hanahan making that nice play on the line drive by Albert Pujols. Leads things off. Takes a strike. Hitting .226. 4 home runs and 23 runs batted in. He came on as a defensive replacement in the 9th inning last night. Did not see a plate appearance. This one looped over to second, and it's backhanded by Kendrick on a short hop, and he throws on to first. Anahan is out, number 1. Let's take a look at the standings in both the American League West as well as the American League Wildcard, brought to you by Kia. Texas was shut out by the Yankees tonight. Oakland was shut out as well by the Kansas City Royals, so the Halos with an opportunity to pick up a game in the West. And as we pointed out, Tampa Bay currently leading that game in Seattle. Baltimore won tonight. They defeated the Boston Red Sox 7-1.
I keep thinking Baltimore is going to start fading, but they've been playing well. They've been swinging the bats.
Yeah, Tigers leading Minnesota 8-4. That game in the 9th. Target Field as Ezekiel Carrera, the left fielder, looks at a strike. Carrera brought up when Johnny Damon was designated for assignment. He led off the 9th inning against Hisanori Takahashi last year. Picked up a single. Eventually scored one of those 3 runs as he falls behind here. No balls and 2 strikes.
It's a good cut fastball from Greinke there. A lot of two-seam fastball so far, but that fastball from Greinke on the inner half with that cut action keeps the hitter away from going after that two-seamer down and away.
Greinke pitches down low. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Zach's thrown 25 pitches, 19 have been strikes. Still looking for that first punch out. Top of the order, and Jason Kipnis on deck. Swing and a miss. Down goes Carrera, and there's that first strikeout.
Well, a good slider from Greinke. Good sequence by him against Carrera. Slider down and in. Very difficult pitch to lay off if you're a left-handed batter. It's a right-handed pitcher, but that sharp break, telling Shu exactly the type of break he had on it.
Kipnis swung at the first pitch in the first, got a single to right field, so he's 1 for 1. Breaking pitch down and in. 2 balls and no strikes. Three now. Kipnis, a 2nd round pick by Cleveland in 2009. That pitch is called a strike.
Kipnis with that unusual approach before he gets into his normal stance, has a bat flat and then brings it up in the hitting zone as the pitcher gets in position to throw the baseball.
Product of Arizona State University, and to 36 games last year for the Indians. It hit 272. 3-1 pitch. Called strike 2. Doesn't like that call. And it's a full count.
Boy, if Zach continued to throw this pitch throughout the game, he's going to be very difficult to score against. That baseball had tremendous movement at 94 and catching the corner.
Payoff pitch. Called strike 3. Down goes Kipnis. The first 1-2-3 inning for Zach Greinke. Went to the bottom of the 3rd, and the Angels still on top. It may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of Angels Baseball LP. Bottom of the third, it is 4-0 Angels. Trumbo, Callaspo, and Kendrick to face Ubaldo Jimenez. Jimenez with no strikeouts, 1 walk. Trumbo had an RBI single in the first inning. 1 for 1. The RBI, his 74th of the season. One ball, 1 strike. Mark came in hitting .287, 29 home runs, matching his career high. They said last year. 16 doubles and 3 triples on this season. Strike on the corner, 1-2. Halos never let Jimenez settle in that first inning. Trumbo starting it off with the double to the alley in right center field. 5 total hits against the tall, lanky right-hander. That's a called strike 3. Got him with a fastball. First strikeout of the ball game for Jimenez, and that'll bring up Callaspo.
Yeah, he's starting to pop the fastball now. Last 2, 194, and this one at 95-mile-an-hour fastball, painting the corner with movement. Does have that ability to rush the fastball in the mid-90s.
Callaspo lined one out to Shin Suchu in right field, so he's 0 for 1. Looks at a strike.
He has a good changeup and split finger fastball. 2 pretty good off-speed pitches when he can establish his fastball.
Breaking pitch, caught the corner, and it's 0-2. Jimenez has retired 5 consecutive since that base hit by Iannetta that went off the glove of Cabrera in the first. Now the 0-2. Inside. This one pulled over to first. Kochman has it. He'll flip to Jimenez. 2 outs. Let's take a look at our AT&T trivia question. Albert Pujols, 12 straight 25 homer seasons. Who holds the Angels record for consecutive 25 home run seasons? So 2 outs here in the third. Howie Kendrick coming up. Howie took one off the bill of his helmet in the first inning, so no official at bats for him.
The key, anytime you get hit in the helmet like that, your approach should be looking away, try to hit the ball to right center field again for Howie.
There's a fastball for a strike. Jimenez settling into a nice little tempo as that pitch misses down low.
He even has better feel for his breaking pitches and changeups since that first inning.
He seems like a guy, though, that slows down on that big curveball a little bit. Fastball. Oh, it looked like Phil Cuzzy was going to call a strike, or time was called apparently. They're going to call that a no pitch as a beach ball came out of the warning track at right field. Two balls and a strike on Kendrick with 2 outs, nobody on. 2-2. Indians giving up 4 players: Alex White, Drew Pomeranz, Joe Gardner, Matt McBride last year to acquire Jimenez from the Colorado Rockies. The guy won 19 games for the Rocks. 2010 as Kendrick shoots one out to straightaway center field, chasing Brantley back. Still goes back. He steps onto the warning track. He'll make the catch. And the Angels, for the second straight inning, go down in order. 3 in the books. Halos lead this one 4-0. Angels. Halos had 10 men of the plate in the first inning and scoring all 4 of those runs. Zach Greinke coming off his first 1-2-3 inning. That was in the third, including his first 2 strikeouts of the ball game. It'll be Cabrera, Chu, and Santana here in the fourth for Cleveland.
32 pitches thrown through the first 3 for Greinke, 23 strikes.
Cabrera with a 1-ball, no strike count. He grounded into the 3-6-3 double play in the first. He's 0 for 1. Foul tipped into the mid of Iannetta. 1 ball, 1 strike. Breaking pitch pulled over to Albert. Ball comes up on him. He fires to Greinke underhand and gets the out. So 1 out here in the fourth, and we'll go back to that AT&T trivia question. Perfect timing too with Albert making the play there. 12 straight 25 homer season. Who holds the Angels record for consecutive 25 homer seasons? Vladimir Guerrero, 5 straight from 04 to 08.
And like Albert, Vlad always said he wasn't a home run hitter also.
Right.
I always wondered, like,
yes.
Okay, you're not a home run hitter, but you have 470. Vlad over 400.
Shin-Soo Choo takes down low. He grounded out to Eric Eimert in the first. He's 0 for 1. Vlad never re-signed, right? He signed a minor league deal with the Blue Jays.
And he had decent numbers, not power numbers for the Blue Jays in the minor leagues.
Changing of the guard, if you will. Hideki Matsui, Vladimir Guerrero. Miguel Tejada was signed and let go.
Johnny Damon.
Johnny Damon still looking for a
Cleveland.
job. 1-2.
Bottom line is when you see all these young players coming up and being successful, and Mike Trouts of the world, Bryce Harper's, young players coming up at 20, 21 and being successful.
Chu lifts one out toward left. Jumbo back a couple of steps is under it. 2 outs. Well, the mindset has always been, it seems to have always been, that general managers are hesitant to bring up young kids, or had been hesitant to bring up young kids and forcing the starting of the quote-unquote arbitration clock on them early and getting to those numbers. But I think general manager is getting to the point that if there's a kid that is ready to take the next step, he's going to get paid regardless, whether it's 1 year earlier or 2 years earlier. If he's going to produce for you, might as well have it happen at the major league level, and if he's going to produce some W's for you.
And I think the competitive balance in baseball right now, when you look around both leagues, there's no, what you would say, a dominant team that doesn't have flaws. So if you get an opportunity to bring a young position player or even a young pitcher up, develop at the big league level, succeed, and give your team and the organization a chance to get to the postseason, that's all you can ask for.
I believe the Orioles bringing up the 20-year-old shortstop, Manny Machado.
He has 3 home runs himself already.
That ball hit Santana on the backside. A 2-out hit by pitch will put a man at first base. Phil Cuzzy's warning both benches.
Well, that's pretty quick on that. I know how he got hit with that pitch up and in on the helmet.
Yep.
And it looks obvious when you get 2 outs and you hit a batter, especially when you hit a batter in that position right there. A lot of times that's where you're trying to throw. If you're throwing inside as a pitcher to protect one of your teammates, but that's pretty quick.
Now if you're going to hit somebody.
Tell you what, though.
Although this one may have just slipped a little bit.
Yeah.
Hit him right in the gluteus maximus.
But I'll tell you what, in that dugout and on the field for the Angels.
This one's driven out to right field, and after a hit batter, Cleveland gets on the board. A 2-run home run by Michael Brantley. It's 4-2 Angels.
Oh, so quick jumping on that fastball. What I was going to say was a lot of times when a pitcher does that, especially a pitcher just coming over a new team, it speaks volume for your teammates that you protect one of your own, whether it was intentional or not. Brantley just jumped over that fastball. This is his 5th home run, 52nd RBI. Fastball right down the middle of the plate. He was all over that one.
4th home run that Greinke's allowed as a member of the Angels. 2 outs, bases clear for Casey Kochman. Kochman had a single just beyond the outstretched glove of Howie Kendrick in the second. This is 1 for 1 as he hits this one out toward left center field. Trout has a beat on this one. He'll make the catch. The inning comes to an end. Cleveland gets 2 on 1 swing of the bat. Brantley's 5th of the year. We'll head to the bottom of the 4th. It's 4-2 Angels. Wireless receiver from AT&T Uverse. Visit AT&T.com/free your TV. Rethink possible. By CarMax. Start the search for your next car at CarMax. CarMax. Start here. And by Hawaiian Gardens Casino. Get your game on. Bottom of the 4th inning. Halos up by the score of 4-2. Ibar, Ionetta, Trout. Michael Brantley with a 2-run home run, his 5th of the year. Put Cleveland on the board. Eric Ibar takes the off-speed pitch a little bit up and away.
Well, just like we said after that first inning, as an offense, you want to continue to try to score, because all of a sudden with that one swing from Brantley, and the Indians are right back in the game, only down by 2.
And Ibar hits one out to deep right field. Chu going back, and that is gone. Big fly for Eric Ibar, 6th of the year. The Halos get one of those back. It's 5-2.
Boy, did he crush that one. Sixth home run of the year, 32nd RBI for Ibar. Boy, just talk about getting some runs. Ibar jumps all over that fastball. And then this fastball did not sink, stayed true and up in the strike zone. Just great balance, and catches that baseball out in front of the plate and drives it out for a big run scored after Cleveland had just scored 2 in the top of the 4th.
Ionetta with an RBI single, 1 for 1. Some foul tips this one. The RBI for Chris is 12th of the year. Two balls and 1 strike. Jimenez with 1 strikeout, 1 walk. And now 6 hits allowed. 32nd RBI for Ibar with that solo shot. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 5 home runs in the last 18 games for Eric Ibar.
Well, when you think about what he did in his first 40 games, 197 batting average, but since that point, a 311 hitter.
Ionetta fouls it off to the right. Eric had his 6-game hitting streak snapped last night, going 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts and a walk. He faced and got some tough breaking pitches down and in. And all 3 times swinging on the punch outs. But he's reached on a fielder's choice and picked up a home run as Ionetta lays off, and it's a full count. Jimenez kind of getting around that breaking pitch a little bit. Mike Trout, the leadoff man, is on deck.
Yeah, they're at the solid inning in the 2nd and 3rd for him. Starting to have a little different feel for his pitches, leaving pitches up.
3-2 is upstairs. There's a walk, second issued by Jimenez. And the first 2 have reached for the Halos here in the 4th. And when the Angels take on the Rays on Thursday, that's a 7:05 start. Fans in attendance will receive a pitcher and cup set courtesy of Pechanga while supplies last. Purchase your tickets today at the Angel Stadium ticket office or by logging on at angels.com. Trout tonight, double with a run scored and a ground out. Sharply hit to Kochman. That's up and in. 1 ball, no strikes. Remember, both benches have been warned after Greinke hit Santana with 2 outs in the 4th.
And it's up to the home plate umpire with the discretion of where he thinks that pitch is thrown.
Toward the middle, that's a base hit into center field. Stopping at second is Ionetta. Boy, a cue shot single by Mike Trout, his 2nd hit of the ball game. 3 have reached now with nobody out, and Torrey Hunter coming up.
Boy, a double to right center, a well hit ball that Kochman made a play on in that first inning also, but this one right back through the middle off the pitcher's mound and into center field for a base hit. 2 for 3, but 3 really good at bats so far for Trout.
Halos tonight with men in scoring position, 4 for 7. Ionetta at second, Trout at first. Nobody out. Torrey Hunter 1 for 2 tonight. RBI single and a run score to the first. And he grounded out to Donald, the second baseman, in the 2nd. We got a hanger of a breaking pitch there, trying to wait as long as possible and just tapped it foul.
That's that same pitch he hit back through the middle for a base hit and RBI in the first inning. It's a little bit higher this time around.
I don't think he was trying to go back up the middle for a base hit.
Oh, he's going for the best play in baseball. A little three-run home run.
Cleveland's starting to get action in their bullpen now. Jimenez has thrown 59 pitches so far. 0-1 pitch. Swing and a miss off speed. 0-2. Jimenez threw the ball well against the Halos on July the 2nd. Gave up 3 runs, 8 hits, 7 2/3. Ended up taking the loss in that one. And he got him with a high fastball on 3 pitches. There's the first out of the 4th.
A couple high breaking pitches, then going upstairs with a fastball. Sometimes when your eyes are tracking a pitch up in a zone, you will chase. And that's what Torrey did, a high fastball.
So first and second, 1 out now. Jimenez picking up his 2nd strikeout of the ball game. And there's Pujols, who's walked and lined down on a 3-0 pitch to the third baseman Hanahan. Five to 2 Angels here in the 4th. Off speed pitch down in the dirt. Albert had come into the ball game 5 for 17 in his career against Jimenez. That's a .294 average. No home runs. Obviously with the most at bats against Jimenez, the former National Leaguers. Breaking pitch is in there. 1-1. Ran that fastball in on the hands. Here's the 1-2 to Albert. That's down in the dirt, gets away. Iannetta moves to third, and Trout moves to second on the wild pitch.
13th wild pitch of the year for Jimenez. Overthrew that pitch in the dirt. It's away from Santana, allowing both runners to get into scoring position for Pujols. The force looks like the infield going to be in now for Cleveland, at least on the right side.
Left side doesn't want to be in with the way Albert hit that last one. 2 balls and 2 strikes with 1 out. This one down the line, hit pretty well, giving chase is Carrera toward the corner. That is gone. Big fly for Albert Pujols. Just sneaks it out. 8-2 Angels.
Boy, Albert now with 5 straight quality at bats. Got a walk in the first, a line drive, then head ahead at third base in this one. It's a low pitch. How strong he is, even out in front of it, still drives it down the line and hits it out for his 26th home run, and now giving him 81 RBI. Pujols is back swinging.
Candries looks at a strike. Home runs at back-to-back games now for Pujols. As Morales chases the pitch down low, the off-speed pitch. No balls at 2 strikes. Kendrys, an RBI single in the first, a ground out to short in the second. Got him again with the off speed. 2 down, 2 strikeouts in the inning. Third in the ball game for Jimenez. Here comes Trumbo. Jumbo looks at a fastball that's called strike. Mark with an RBI single on the first, struck out looking, leading off to third. Oh, 2.
Just pulled off that changeup there up in the strike zone. Mark looking last time with a fastball on the outside corner.
0-2 pitch. And he got him to chase that breaking pitch. That will end the inning, but the Halos drop a 4 spot here in the fourth. Ibar with a solo home run to right, his 6th of the year. Albert Pujols, a 3-run shot down the left field line. 4 in the books. Angels lead it 8-2. We welcome you inside the broadcast booth. Today, of course, as we pointed out earlier on, is Gooby's, I'm going to say it, man, because I have to.
It's my 11th birthday. There's 11 candles.
50th birthday. We asked the fire marshal. He said it would be a fire hazard if we put 50 candles on there. So we went with 11. So happy birthday from everyone.
I appreciate it.
Man.
Thank you.
Yeah, blow them out. Make a wish, too.
Hey, we already got it. We got 8 runs today. It's already been going well so far.
You just spit on my scoreboard. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Someone disinfect this thing.
Thanks for pointing that out.
Zach Greinke delivers a strike on Donald, leading things off. It'll be Donald, Hanahan, and Carrera. You celebrate a birthday with some famous people, apparently, as I was watching another network this morning. Tim Tebow's birthday today. Magic Johnson. Steve Martin, the comedian.
Halle Berry.
And none other than Angels owner Artie Moreno.
Yes, indeed. Artie and I always say hi to each other and wish each other happy birthdays.
Did you today?
Not yet.
What are you waiting for? What is your problem?
That was part of my wish. I wanted to see Artie tonight.
Yeah.
We usually say we're always going to try to celebrate as much as possible our birthdays together.
This technically was really Artie's cake. This had nothing to do for you.
That's the kind of guy Artie is. He said, here, have my cake.
Well, he has no idea that we were getting it for him. We used it for you. Now we're going to take it downstairs to his suite, and then we'll blow out the candles for him as well.
That's perfect.
As Donald goes around, and there's the first out of the inning. 3rd strikeout. Let's take a look at our AT&T U-verse replay, and this being the 50th birthday of my partner, Mark Coops, and we thought we'd go back in time. There he is as a young man right there, scared stiffless, and as he gets a little bit older, starting to fill out that uniform. Then here's the cool mullet, of course, and then there's that one shot of him in an Angels uniform. And there he is now, AARP eligible.
That was so nice to get that card in the mail. I know it had to be you getting him to send it to me. As soon as I got to that 50 spot.
Oh, man.
I'm going to use it. Discounts.
I thought we had one with you and a mustache. Did you have a mustache at one point?
No.
No?
No.
Not your thing?
No.
No. Anahan takes the curveball outside. It's 2 balls and no strikes.
I might have been 10 years old in that first picture,
yeah.
I think.
You know who you look like? Your cousin Joey from Philadelphia.
Or my cousin Vinny, too.
2-0 pitch down low. 3 balls and no strikes. I think more like Joey.
I think so.
That's a good-looking signature, too.
Oh, no doubt. It's a great last name to deal with.
I mean, seriously, if you're Duke University, why wouldn't you let that guy into your establishment?
Just from the sheer brilliance alone.
Oh, man. You know, Landon Hall of the Orange County Register sent me a tweet earlier. Anahan found this one back at his full count. He said, tell Gooby the #1 song of the day he was born was Breaking Up Is Hard to Do by Neil Sedaka.
That's
you know, I was wondering why you always hum that on the plane.
Yes, and why not? It's always a big fan of Mr. Sedaka.
A lot of people on Facebook and on Twitter have sent a number of different well wishes to you, and we actually picked out a few, and we'll show them here in a little bit. And it's nice that people care, especially Angel fans.
Yeah.
Obviously. Been a part of the Angels broadcast for a while. You're sweating bullets right now.
Yes, I am now.
What, are you nervous?
Yes. I'm waiting for this kid not to do something here.
Pulled foul. That one off the screen. Here's one tweet from I believe it's Derek Lotz. D. Lotz, 4 happy birthday, Gooby. Now you're old enough to start a Twitter account.
Yes, I'm just about there now. Now that I'm old enough.
Yeah. Jose Mota has an account.
I know he does.
And he's actually using it.
I know, Jose's killing me.
That pitch is outside. That's the first walk of the game issued by Greinke. Another tweet here. This one from Alan Fred FFB. The song for today for Gooby, Touch of Grey by the Grateful Dead.
Now, that would have enough Grateful Dead. There's no question.
That would have been a great song for our Hyundai key to the game.
Yes.
Keith Hernandez likes that Touch of Grey.
Yes. So does Emmett Smith.
Yes, it does. You haven't cut into Artie's cake now. You afraid?
No, I'm afraid right now because Artie's getting this next. I don't want to touch it.
You haven't called him, and now you're messing with his cake.
Yes, I might be in trouble.
Oh, man.
I need you to help me out. Just say, hey, he's 50 now. He forgets things.
Yeah. Carrera takes the breaking pitch down low. A strikeout victim into third. So Carrera, the left fielder, is 0 for 1. Swing and a miss. Low breaking pitch. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Greinke has excellent feel for his curveball tonight also, along with his 2-seam fastball.
3 strikeouts, 1 walk. 3 hits allowed. 1 and 2.
He came up with a nice changeup. A lot of times you don't see pitchers do that too often. Slow curve and changeup, but because his curveball's coming in the upper 60s, the changeup still enough of a differential in speeds to get a hitter out in front.
Off speed pitch down and away. Anahan over at first base with 1 out here in the 5th. Broken back, come back, and Greinke fires the first double play. Heck of a play by Zach Greinke. That goes 1-3, and the inning comes to an end.
We say he can field his position, and Greinke certainly can do that well. Not only tracks that, but reacts and throws the first for a double play.
In the top of the fifth inning, we had a chance to celebrate Gooby's 50th birthday, and now here in the bottom of the fifth, we get a chance to welcome in World Series hero Troy Percival. Thanks for joining us, man.
Good to be here. Thank you.
Did you know this guy was 50 today?
I could have believed that about 10 years ago.
Could you?
Yeah.
Thanks, man, for that one. Is this part of my birthday present? You coming in to visit us? I appreciate that.
Absolutely. Christmas will be in December.
Hey, what's it like to come back here this week? The Angels honoring the 10th anniversary of that World Championship team, going out there throwing out the ceremonial first pitch for it.
Oh, it's fantastic. They did the right thing. They put Dino Ebel out there, so I knew I'd try to throw it over the plate.
Yeah, it's a good movement too.
Did you see that? I'm trying to work on that as I get older.
Yeah, and he framed it for you. Then he framed it for you for a strike.
Oh, yeah. I was going to throw him a breaking ball, but I figured it's Dino. You respect Dino. Got to throw it up there.
Hey, I think Garrett Anderson's throwing it tomorrow, I believe it is.
Yeah, you got to help us out on that.
He's saying he respects the pitcher's position and the mound too much not to throw it off the mound. Do you buy that?
No, I was just going to say there's no way he can throw from the dirt. He's going to have to be in front. He's got to have that 200 feet of grass in between him. I mean, I love Garrett to death, but that is not the place for him to be.
Stay off the dirt.
Stay off the dirt.
Stay off the dirt. Matter of fact, he might want to be on the dirt in front of the plate.
He's going to love that one. We'll have to break that down in the post-game show for him.
Perfect.
I mean, does it feel like it's been 10 years already?
It has not been 10 years.
Well, not quite there yet. We're getting close.
In my mind, it's like 4.
It's like 4?
I can still go out there. I can still get a couple people out until I go through BP, and I'm throwing as hard as I can, and it's BP.
But that's worked sometimes, that BP fastball during the course of a game, if you can still have that good fastball, though.
In the course of the game, I'm trying to throw the high school hitters and can't get them out.
Chris Seton taking over for Ubaldo Jimenez here in the bottom of the fifth inning as Cayaspa takes it shot. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Take us back to you seeing that fly ball go out to right center field, standing on the mound, and seeing that last catch, and all of a sudden throwing your arms up and realizing you're world champion.
Well, I was very fortunate. I knew if I had Erstad out there, it did not matter if it was 8 feet over the fence or what have you. He was going to come down with it. So I saw the direction of the ball. I knew it was coming down, and he was going to get it. So people have asked me numerous times, what were you thinking? I said, you know what? The second that ball went up, all I could think of, there's no way I could throw another pitch. Granted, had it been a ball, which was likely, I would have thrown another one. But at that point, it was like, I can't throw another pitch right now. I'm done.
Does freak you out watching this all over again? You've seen it how many times now?
I've seen it 100 times, and I keep wondering how I let him pull the ball beyond that dead center area, because in my head it was, I'm going to throw a ball up and away, let Kenny try to drive the ball out the other way. He had some power, but it was all to the pull side. And when he hit that ball just to the right center field area, I was like, that wasn't supposed to happen, but I knew that Erstad had it.
Yeah, pursuing that magical season, winning the World Championship, you were on the mound for each and every one of those closing outs. That had to be a lot of fun for you.
It was. It was great. I mean, I've heard the stat that I was the only one that's done that, where it was the wild card clinching and then the next level, then the next level. And, it was fantastic. I wouldn't have had it any other way. I mean, to the point where I was running down to the dugout telling Sosha I'm going out there. Not that I didn't have faith in the rest of my bullpen guys. It was just, that was my job. It's a big moment. I want to be out there, and I want to shut the door.
What was the beginning of the season like for you guys? You guys struggled out of the gate, and all of a sudden to become world champions. The camaraderie that goes on in the clubhouse, especially through the tough times that you guys went through.
I've been in a lot of clubhouses. 15 years in the big leagues, and that was the only one that when we were below 500 or above 500, it was the same clubhouse every day. Everybody came out to win a ball game. It wasn't about I went 4 for 4, I threw 5 shutout innings. It was 100%. Every guy in that clubhouse was there to win a ball game.
Now, Percy, you're down in the bullpen in Game 6. You guys are behind. Did you feel like, when we've asked a number of guys in that dugout, they felt that they were still going to come back and win, but the reality is it didn't look good as an Angel fan there, but you had to, you're down there, you had to have that pulse of what the feel was down in the bullpen. Did you guys really think you were going to come back and win that game?
I can tell you it's a true story. Tim Worrell was down in the bullpen with the Giants. We were right down in that tunnel, and I looked at him, I said, this one's not over. I know our team, this one's not over. Look out. And sure enough, we get home run, we get base hits, everything happens. And at that point, people have asked me, did you know that after Game 6 it was over? No, we didn't. We knew they had probably as much or more talent than us, but nobody had more heart than our team. But in Game 6 in particular, I knew all the way up until the end, in my opinion, there might have been guys that thought otherwise, but I knew our team, and I knew we had a chance to come back, and I thought we were going to come back.
The one thing you take away, too, of watching those last couple of games here in this ballpark was the atmosphere in this stadium. These fans never said die. It didn't matter what the score was. It just seems like it was the loudest place on earth in this ballpark in Game 6-7.
Yeah, we can thank all of the years before that, I guess. There have been so many disappointments, and the way that our team had played and just portrayed ourselves, it was this is our year. And I've heard destiny and all that. I didn't believe in any of that. It was, we actually had the toughest team out there. We did not have the most talented team. We had the toughest team, and there was no way we were going to go down without a fight. And, that didn't come down to any one person in particular. It came down to a whole group of guys that refused to get beat. I didn't want to say refuse to lose because that was a slogan for another team. Whatever. But that was the case. It was like, we're coming out here. The Yankees come into town, and we were never afraid, and we played them like, you know what, we're going to beat you before the game ever started. And I think that is an aspect that not a lot of teams get, that before the game starts, we're standing on that front deck saying we're going to beat you, as opposed to let's see what happens.
Well, and when you look back at that season, too, how difficult it was even to get in the postseason. You got in there as a wild card team. Oakland had won the division, yet you guys had to go the more difficult route getting in and be able to win that World Series. You think that helps sometimes, especially before this format we have this year with the wild card with 2 teams? Do you think that format of having to win all those games at the end allowed you guys to play better in the postseason?
Oh, I'm a firm believer that the team that has to fight at the end of the season has the advantage going into the playoffs, because the other teams are resting guys. They know they're there, whereas the other team is mentally focused the entire time. I don't think you can get mentally drained going in the playoffs. I don't think it happens. I think you just keep stepping up. And at that point, we had to play every day till the end of the season. What was there, 3 days left in the season when we clinched in Texas? So we were playing playoff games while other teams were resting. And for me, rest is not what I'm looking for. I want to stay mentally focused.
Ball gets away from Santana as Kendrick is going on the pitch. He'll stay there. And a full count on Iannetta. We just we want to say thanks for stopping by. We know that the Angels are running you through the gamut here. It's great to have you back. It's great to be able to kind of reminisce a little bit about 10 years ago, almost 10 years in your mind. Actually 4 in your mind, but that's okay.
And I'm 21 still, too.
Yeah. The worst thing that's happened to me is I've got a monitor in front of me and I can see myself at this point, and I realize it's been 10 years.
Well, at least you're not like Gooby. You keep staring at the monitor, just making sure your hair is not out of place.
What is wrong with you, Gooby? You're 50 today.
Really? No way. They're just making this up the whole time, I'm telling you.
I've got you at 34, not afraid to fly.
As always, a pleasure, man. Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Thanks for having me up here.
You
guys.
got it.
Thanks,
Enjoy the rest
Percy.
of the week. Troy Percival, kind enough to join us. With 2 outs here, runner at second base, and a full count on Iannetta with Trout on deck. That is ball 4. Second walk picked up by Iannetta. He's been on board 3 times with a single and 2 walks. Trout will get an opportunity here against Seddon. Trout 2 for 3 with a single, a double, and a ground out. He's also scored twice. Mike looks at a strike. Howie, because he was taking off on the pitch, is credited for a stolen base. His 10th. This one out toward right center field. It's playable for Brantley as he's moved to his left. Makes the catch. The inning comes to an end. We've played 5 here at the Big A, and the Halos maintain an 8-2 lead. The Halos 4 runs in the first inning as they sent 10 men to the plate. Albert Pujols picked up a 3-run home run in the 4th. The Angels scored 4 times in that 4th inning. Zach Greinke 5 innings so far, 2 earned runs, both coming in the 4th, and that was on the Michael Brantley 2-run shot. He's still looking for his first win as a member of the Angels, this being his 4th start. And here in the 6th inning, he'll face the top of the order. Kipnis, Cabrera, and Chu. Jason Kipnis, the DH tonight, 1 for 2. Single in the first inning on the very first pitch of the ball game. And then he struck out looking into third. 61 pitches is all that Greinke has thrown so far. 0-1 in tight. 1 ball, 1 strike. This is Greinke's second start here at the Big A. The first one was his first as an Angel against the Rays on July 29th. 2 runs, both earned, 7 hits, 7 innings of work. It's 2 balls and 1 strike.
He's had real good action on his changeup away against left-handed batters. Starts the middle of the plate and runs off the corner.
Three-1 on the way. This one's fouled back. Full count. Cabrera on deck. Our thanks to Troy Percival once again for stopping by. We'll get a chance to talk to members of that 0-2 championship team throughout the week. Garrett Anderson is slated to come on with us tomorrow. I'm looking forward to his rebuttal.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, exactly. Throwing from the dirt at the home plate area to the mound. I mean, to the plate.
This was fouled off.
I got goosebumps when he started explaining and talking about being down there in the bullpen.
Yep.
And that's Game 6 when they were behind and feeling as a unit they were going to still come back and win that game, in which they did in dramatic fashion. Then have to do the same thing in Game 7. Truly an unbelievable year for the Angels and their fans in 2002.
Breaking pitch rolled over to second base. Kendrick on the Pujols, 1 out. Let's go back to our Hyundai key to the game.
Well, we can go one or two ways. We can go with our usual one here. Take care. Take care of your business. The fielding, the swings, the approaches at the plate. Of course, Zach Greinke on the mound throwing strikes. Total team effort. Or we can go Touch of Grey from the Grateful Dead if you want.
I kind of like Touch of Grey. Why not?
We'll say with Take Care. That's worked so far.
One out, nobody on for his dribble Cabrera. And the first one is in for a strike. The great Bill Engvall, comedian who's a season ticket holder for the Angels, down below us on most nights. He's on tour right now. Send a message along to wish you a very, very happy birthday. He says as Cabrera bounces this one up the line, that is a fair ball. Albert will flip it to Greinke. 2 outs. He says, congratulations, you now qualify for Colonial Penn Life Insurance.
It is out of Pennsylvania, so I feel pretty good about that.
So 2 outs here in the 6th inning, and
yeah,
Chu
it's good to be 50.
stepping up. Well, I can't wait for that day. I'm so happy my birthday happens in the offseason.
Yeah, you're lucky. It's close enough to spring training, though.
This is true. 1 ball, no strikes on Chu, the right fielder, who's grounded to short, hit a fly ball to left.
We'll do for a World Baseball Classic, so they'll have to be in spring training earlier one of these years coming up for you.
Maybe. Next year, right? This one back up the middle. There's a base hit. A 2-out knock for Chu. Tried over to cut it off. Chu's not stopping. He's trying to go to second base, and the throw is off the glove of Ibar. And it looked like Manny Gonzalez, the second base umpire, was thinking about ringing him up if Ibar had come up with that baseball.
He was in position to be able to make that call at second base. Good one-hop throw from Trout. Difficult catch, though, and tag from Ibar. That would have been real close.
Chu picks up a double. That's his 35th of this season. First hit of the series. Now 1 for 8. Chu is one of the league leaders in the doubles category. Alex Gordon going into the start of the day today, leading the American League with 38 doubles. Brantley and Chu tied at 34. Now Chu has 35. He's in scoring position. Carlos Santana, the batter. One and 0. Santana bounced one back to Greinke in the second inning. Was hit by a pitch with 2 outs in the 4th. That led to warnings by the home plate umpire Phil Cuzzi of both teams. Alec Kendrick was hit in the helmet, the flap of the helmet, in the first inning.
Greinke with consistent velocity on his fastball tonight, around 93 to 94.
Breaking pitch, bounce foul. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Count evens at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Michael Brantley's on deck. He homered off of Greinke, a 2-run shot in the 4th. Full count.
Santana not expanding his strike zone on that slider. 4th full count of the game for Greinke.
Greinke with 3 strikeouts and a walk, 4 hits allowed. He's got Chu standing at second. Here's the payoff. Swing and a miss. Down goes Santana. The inning comes to an end. We'll head to the bottom of the 6th. Angels still leading at 8-2. Sixth inning. The Angels with 4 runs in the 1st, 4 runs in the 4th. Cleveland with 2 in the top of the 4th inning. That's where we stand right now. The Angels will have Hunter Pujols and Morales here against Seddon, the left-hander, who is pitching in his 2nd inning of action. Took over for Ubaldo Jimenez, who went 4 innings tonight. Gave up 8 runs, all 8 earned on 8 hits, including 2 home runs. He struck out 4 and walked 2. Hunter 1 for 3. Had an RBI single in the 1st inning as he looks at a breaking pitch for strike 1. Torrey picked up his 56th run batted in that 1st inning. He's grounded out and struck out since. This one looped out towards center field. The leadoff man is on board.
Back in the fourth inning, Albert Pujols continues to get those good swings together. Hits one right down the left field line for a 3-run home run just inside the line, just over the wall. 26th home run, 81st RBI for Pujols. 8 home runs and 18 RBI in his last 15 games.
1 for 2 tonight with a walk, a line out, and that 3-run home run in that fourth inning. Looks at a fastball upstairs.
I still go back to when he talked to us early in the year. Remember that, Victor, when he said about, don't worry about my numbers. By the end of the year, I'll have my typical 30 home runs, 100 RBI. And you can see it in his eyes, that confidence, because you can look back on your successes in Pujols. You mentioned that 25 or more home runs for the first 12 seasons, first player in Major League history to do so. You tap into that confidence, even when you're struggling early on, changing leagues like he had to do.
What was that, about late April? He told us that. He had no home runs at the time.
And what do you have? You have like 6 walks, too, so he was impatient, hit a lot of ground balls, short or third. At that point, they were putting the shift on, the second baseman on the shortstop side of the base at that point.
It's amazing. 1 ball, 1 strike. Check it of Hunter at first base.
There's a reason why there's great players in sports, because they don't panic. They believe in themselves. They have confidence in their ability and their approach and their work ethic. Pujols is unbelievable as far as keeping that swing exactly where he wants it. Even when he goes into a slump, he tries to work his way through it.
1-1 pitch. Now Albert fouls it back. 1-2. Seddon has been in the big leagues before. Product of Canyon High School. He's going to go to Loyola Marymount before he signed at the Tampa Bay Rays. 5th round pick in 01 by the Rays. He's seen time in the big leagues at the Florida Marlins and the Seattle Mariners. He was at AAA last season with Seattle, signing a minor league deal in the offseason with Cleveland. Just 28 years of age. There's the 1-2. This one's fouled back over the screen. Hunter with a leadoff single, stands at first base. Bounce foul. Two runs, 4 hits, no errors, 2 left on for the Indians. 8 runs, 10 hits, no errors, and 5 left on for the Halos thus far. First time the Angels have had double digits in the hits category since Wednesday's game, in which they lost to Oakland 9-8. They had 14 hits in that one.
That throwing some pretty tough pitch to the Pujols. His fastball is 87-92, but he has a very good slider, curveball, and a solid changeup also.
Outside with the fastball. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Jammed with that one. Eight pitches so far. That's what Pujols has seen in this at bat.
Pretty tough pitches of the 8 also. The fastballs in, all speed down and away, and hard sliders down and in.
Straight changeup that was up.
It's 2 behind Carlos Delgado.
Another 2-2. Down low, a full count. This one line to the alley of left center field. This will split the outfielders and go all the way to the wall. Hunter had a good jump from first. He's going to be waved home from Dino. The throw from Cabrera, not in time. An RBI double by Pujols. 9-2 Angels.
Well, and just another great at bat for Pujols. We talked about those last 2 last night. Will it carry over? It certainly has in this game for Albert. His only out has been a line drive that Hanahan made a great play at third base. After a tough, long at bat here, splits the gap. Double, 32nd double of the year. Now 82 RBI on the season for Pujols.
Four RBI game for Albert. 82 runs batted in on the season. Back-to-back hits for the Halos here in the 6th. Here's Kendry spinning around, a hit from the right side. Bounces the first one foul. An 11-pitch at-bat for Albert Pujols. And you've stated it a number of times, as have many, the more pitches a hitter gets to see, especially when he's seen the entire repertoire, that the advantage goes to that hitter.
And outside of one changeup that was up in the strike zone, Albert didn't get many pitches to square up, and he finally got one. Because you're going to make a mistake as a pitcher when you throw that many pitches to one batter. And eventually he made a mistake, and Albert made him pay for it.
Down low. 1 ball, 1 strike. Kendry's tonight on an RBI single in the first inning, a ground out and a strikeout. 1 for 3. One ball, 2 strikes.
We talked about how he's seen the ball well. The last 6 plate appearances, 4 for 5 with 2 home runs, 6 RBI. That 1 out, a rocket to third base.
Morales, little looper out towards shallow center field. Donald, the second baseman, is there. One out. So Alba remains at second base, one away. And Mark Trumbo coming to the plate. Trumbo's 1 for 3. Swing and a miss on the breaking pitch. Mark had an RBI single with a run scored in the first. Punched out twice against Jimenez. An 0-2 count. Jimenez threw 72 pitches in his 4 innings. Seddon has thrown 38 so far through an inning and a third. Greinke on the other hand for the Halos, 77 pitches through 6, 4 punch outs and 1 walk. Oh, 2 pitch. This one's fouled off to the right again. Mentioned early in the ball game, Texas was shut out 3-0 by the Yankees. Baltimore defeated Boston 7-1. The White Sox defeated Toronto 3-2. Oakland was shut out 5-0 by Kansas City. The Tigers won tonight 8-4 over Minnesota. The Tampa Bay Rays leading Seattle 2-1. That game in the 7th. Here it's 9-2 Angels. Bottom of the 6th, 1 out and a man at second base. That's Albert Pujols. 4 RBI game thus far for Albert. Trumbo goes down swinging. 2 down. Hey, subscribe to MLB.tv today. You can take advantage of new low pricing and see every remaining Angels out-of-market game live online in HD quality. Visit Angels.com to order. Get more details. MLB.tv, baseball everywhere. Alberto Callaspo's 0 for 3 this afternoon, early evening. The fly ball to right in the first, grounded out in the 3rd inning, and the ground ball to third base in the 5th. This one out toward right center field. Chu is there, and the inning comes to an end. The Halos tack on a run on the Pujols RBI double. We've played 6, and it's 9-2 Angels. Grilled cheese bacon burger, only at Carl's Jr. By AT&T, the nation's largest 4G network. AT&T Rethink Possible. And by Dodge. Top of the 7th here at the Big A. The Halos up by the score of 9-2. Brantley, Kochman, and Donald coming up for Cleveland to face Zach Greinke. Mentioned the 4 strikeouts, 1 walk, and the 4 hits allowed. Gave up a home run, a 2-run shot to Brantley, and that was in the 4th. Indian center fielder 1 for 2 tonight. Home run by Brantley in that 4th inning, his 5th of the season, as the breaking pitch is in for a strike.
Well, Greinke able to use all his pitches tonight. And a strikeout with his slider. His curveball has been very good. His changeup, same thing. 2-seam fastball, even in cut fastball, been very effective.
This one over towards second base. Diving stop by Kendrick. Fires the first, not in time. Brantley legs it out. Now we had to go deep to his right. A little bit of an extra slide there. Allowed Brantley with his speed to reach on the single. Hey, today's broadcast is on AFN, the American Forces Network, broadcasting the U.S. Armed Forces serving in 175 countries and aboard ships at sea. They're watching around the world in Iraq, Germany, Italy, Southwest Asia, South Korea, and Japan. We welcome you and we thank you for your service. So the leadoff man is on board for the Indians. Casey Kochman steps in, and he will look at a strike.
Kochman is grounded into 13 double play.
Three balls and 1 strike. .84 pitches thrown by Zach thus far. This one's in the air toward left center. Trumbo, a couple of steps to his left, now backs up. 1 out. Brantley heads back to first.
Job for Greinke is to challenge Kochman. You're up by 6 runs late in the game here. You don't want to allow a team back in the game getting free passes. You challenge him with a 3-1 fastball, gets a fly ball out with it.
There's Jason Donald, the second baseman. 0 for 2 tonight. Fly ball to right and a strikeout. Fastball catches the corner, 0-1. No balls and 2 strikes. Donald. A little bit of a glance back to Phil Cussing. Short lead for Brantley at first. That's the pitch that Donald could not hang up or hang on to in the 5th inning when he chased that breaking pitch. Punched out leading off that 5th. This one just a little bit off the plate.
worth taking that shot again if you have a hitter that have chased it in the past, especially when you're ahead of the count. You can afford to do so.
This one looped out toward left field, and it's a base hit for Donald. That's that pitch you'd like to have back if you're Greinke. Did snap that one off. 2 on with 1 out.
Almost had that appearance of either a hard slider or a cut fastball for Greinke that stayed up in the strike zone. A little bit easier to track if you're a hitter.
Brings up Jack Hanahan, the third baseman. 0 for 1. A walk and a ground out. There's that slow break pitch down the bottom portion of the strike zone.
Especially for a left-handed batter, you like pitches that are down in the strike zone to begin with. So you're more apt to chase that pitch, especially a slow curveball. Greinke threw it in the right spot.
Fastball in at the knees. What a nice pitch. 0-2. This one bounced foul. 92 pitches thrown by Zach. He's a guy that is very familiar with hitting the century mark as far as pitches thrown. 103 last time out, 112, 111 in the previous 2 starts. Down in the dirt. Nice block by Iannetta as that ball trickles up the line, but kept it in position to where Brantley could not advance to third.
A nice job of squaring up his body because that's a tough on the block, a breaking pitch in the dirt. You know what? Sometimes a different spin on the baseball from a breaking ball is compared to a fastball when it hits the dirt.
Just off the plate, 2-2. Breaking pitch, rolled foul up the line. Boy, he jammed a little dribbler and it goes off the leg. Trying to figure out why Hanahan started running up the line. And it clearly looked like it hit him off the leg, but he decided to start running up that line. I guess he didn't hear the call from Phil Cousins. Don't you typically just fall down?
Well,
right off the knee.
Right off it.
Oh, I better go. No, I better stop. It hurts.
He was trying to run off the discomfort.
Oh, is that what it is? Because sometimes when you see this type of reaction, you're like, well, maybe it did. Sometimes you see that foul ball go straight down, hits the dirt, and then spins forward into fair territory. But clearly a foul ball, and the count remains at 2 balls, 2 strikes. jammed him here. They're calling that a foul ball. So Cuzzy making the call. Right off the bottom of the foot.
As he tried to turn on that pitch. You got to go something off speed like that in again.
A long top of the 7th for Greinke. 2 on and 1 out. 2-2 pitch. Breaking pitch, and that is ripped into right field. A base hit. Brantley will be stopped at third base. Steve Smith, the third base coach, putting up the stop sign, and Pujols cuts off the relay throw. So the bases are loaded with 1 out here after a prolonged at bat. Ezekiel Carrera will be the batter. Mike Scioscia's coming out to pay a visit, and if you weren't with us earlier, especially on the pregame show, Mike Butcher was suspended 1 game for being ejected in Sunday's contest. And he is serving that suspension today, and that's why Scioscia's coming out there. It's not a pitching change. LaTroy Hawkins is loosening in the bullpen right now. Our GoPro bullpen cam shows LaTroy just playing catch. 3 singles in the inning. 1 out here, the 7th. Carrera coming up. 0 for 2 is Carrera, the left fielder. He struck out in the 3rd inning, then lined into a double play. That's the ball that came right back to Greinke as he shattered the bat of Carrera, and Zach fired onto first to complete that double play. Bouncer off the plate. Greinke will field it. Nobody's at first. It's 9-3. Carrera picks up his 4th RBI. That'll go as an infield base hit, and back to the top of the order we go.
One of those difficult plays, too, especially with Carrera's speed going down the line.
That's one of those plays, though, that we've talked about a number of times with Greinke on the mound. Look how far, if you're a first baseman, you know Greinke's got coverage. That's a ball that Albert, if he had to do it all over again, just goes straight to the back, because I think they still get Carrera for the 2nd out.
Yeah, we talked about that with Jerry Weaver the other day. As a pitcher, you can tell Albert to play back, and you have that side of the infield. And Greinke fields his position exceptionally well. But it's all about communication. Telling your first baseman you can stay back, you have that side of the infield as much as possible. A reminder if you can, especially with a left-handed batter up.
Right, because the flip side of that is if they did communicate that Pujols has the coverage and Zach breaks to first base, Albert fields it, and you know the results are what they are. With both guys converging on the baseball, and actually all 3 guys with Howie breaking in. Lack of communication. Kipnis 1 for 3, a single in the 1st, a strikeout in the 3rd, a ground out in the 6th. 1 run in for Cleveland. 9-3 Halos here in the 7th. Breaking pitch outside. 2 balls and 1 strike. .25 pitches thrown by Greinke here in the 7th inning. Two and 2. Good velocity still on the fastball for Greinke.
Kind of back in the 3rd inning on a fastball that was down right on the outside corner. Looking.
Ground over to first. Pujols will flip it to Greinke. That is out number 2. A run will score, and it's 9-4. Kipnis picks up his 60th run batted in. Not hit hard enough to turn a double play.
At that point, no Reason to take a chance throwing that to second would have been a difficult throw for Pujols. Late in the game, you want to get outs. That ball to Greinke covering the base, get the second out here of the 7th inning.
So 2 outs, runners at second and third. Here's Cabrera, the shortstop, 0 for 3. Double play ball and a couple of ground downs to Pujols. Greinke's gotten Cabrera on the off-speed pitches. That one misses down and in. One 0 pitch. Tapper foul. This one rolls up the line. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Seen quite a few of those foul balls off the foot. Cleveland hitters, a slow curveball from Greinke. He's out in front. Fouling it off their foot or leg.
One inside. 2 balls and 1 strike. Hawkins is ready to go in the bullpen if necessary. The Angels in the bottom of the 7th inning will have the bottom third coming up. Kendrick, Ibar, and Iannetta. Three balls and a strike.
More than likely the last batter for Greinke either way. Hopefully gets the third out here of the 7th. The pitch count getting closer to 110 mark, now at 108 for Greinke.
There's a 3-1 pitch. Cabrera fouls it off the left. Full count. Payoff pitch. Fouled off the left. Shin-Soo Choo is the man on deck. Hanahan standing at third base. It's Ezekiel Carrera standing at second. The next pitch thrown by Greinke will be the 35th here in the 7th. That's the one inning that obviously stands out because of the battles that he has had.
Just a ton of foul balls in this inning. In the last 2 innings, he's thrown 51 pitches. He's thrown a total of 111 in the game. For the first 5, 60 pitches. After that, 50.
Swing and a miss. Down goes Cabrera. The inning comes to an end. Greinke through 7. Picks up 5 strikeouts as we head to the bottom of the 7th. 9-4 Halos. Zach Greinke more than likely done after 7 innings, allowing 8 hits, striking out 5, walking 1, giving up 4 runs. 112 pitches thrown by Zach. Third time in 4 starts. He has gone 7 innings, still looking for that first win as a member of the Angels. Bottom third of the order here for the Halos: Kendrick, Ibar, and Iannetta. Seddon, the left-hander, pitching in his 3rd inning of relief. Took over for Jimenez in the 5th. Howie 1 for 2 tonight. Hit by a pitch, a fly ball to right, and a single. Also picked up a stolen base. His 10th move was stranded at scoring position, and that was in the 5th inning. That one caught the corner. Swing and a miss. Foul tip was actually hung on to by Santana. And there's the first out here in the bottom of the 7th. Second strikeout for Seddon.
Frank Herman down in the bullpen, the right-hander for Cleveland. Ready to go here shortly.
New Jersey native is Herman, Harvard University guy. Seen him a couple of times facing the Angels. This one lined back into center field, a base hit by Eric Ibar, his 2nd hit of the ball game. It'll bring up Chris Iannetta.
Well hit in the game for the Angels, and real good approaches throughout the entire game. Not a base hits hit the other way or right up through the middle.
One ball, no strikes. Iannetta with an RBI single in the 1st inning and 2 walks. He's also scored a run. Puts him 1 for 1. Base hit by Ibar, the 12th by the Halos this evening. Shot to right field. Chu is not going to get it. He'll try to play it on a hop. Nice job in cutting that ball off as he goes into the slide. Ibar ends up at 3rd. But that ball almost skidded off that turf in right field, and if he doesn't get it, Ibar definitely scores, and Iannetta at the very least ends up at 3rd base.
Yeah, that would be real interesting. Get almost gotten by Chu. He slides and not only makes the play, gets up throwing quickly to 2nd base.
Manny Acta's coming out, and it looks like that's going to be it for Seddon, the left-hander, who struck out Kendrick to start the 7th inning. Trout coming up. Looks like the big right-hander's coming on in relief. We've got ourselves a pitching change. We're in the bottom of the 7th. The Angels up 9-4, looking for more. local, crazy you can taste. And by Southern California Toyota. Check out the full line of fuel-efficient vehicles at your Southern California Toyota dealer. One out here in the bottom of the seventh. The Halos with runners at first and third, leading at 9-4. Mike Trout will be coming up to face Frank Joseph Herman. The man was born in Rutherford, New Jersey. Went to Harvard University. Makes his home in Manhattan Beach. He is on a relief to face Trout, who's had a couple of hits tonight, 2 for 4.
Herman, good fastball, 92 to 96. Curveball and split finger fastball. His go-to out pitch, split finger fastball.
Herman lifted at 6'4", 220. Phil Cuzzy out there to kind of remind each reliever that comes into the game that there are warnings issued, just as a reminder. Eric Ibar with a single, standing at third base. He moved there on the Iannetta single to right field. Trout tonight with a double, a ground out to first, a single, and a fly ball to center. He's also scored twice. The first one is a strike. 0-1. Herman signed a minor league non-drafted free agent contract in 2005. Has been in the big leagues parts of last 3 seasons. This one's cut on a miss. 96 miles per hour. It's 0-2. Talented athlete. Played football. Quarterback and safety in high school. Was recruited from some Big East schools, but decided to go to Harvard. Time is called.
See that Live Army has 96 to get ahead of the count against Trout.
Breaking pitch back toward the middle. Cabrera is there. Touches second base. Fires at first, and it's a 6-3 inning-ending double play. 7 of the books. The Halos maintain a 9-4 lead.
Scored 4 in the first. They need to get that swinging going once again in the fourth. Ibar, solo shot. Albert Pujols with 2 on. It's a 3-run home run. That's all Zach Greinke has needed tonight. Paints a fastball, gets Kipnis, gets Santana swinging on the curveball, looking for his first victory as an Angel.
There's a look at LaTroy Hawkins, who comes on in relief of Zach Greinke. Zach this evening, 7 innings, 8 hits, 4 runs, 5 strikeouts, and 1 walk, in a position to pick up his first Angels victory. LaTroy pitching in his 2nd consecutive game, won an inning and a third last night.
And looked more comfortable on the mound. A nice job of working down in the strike zone, utilizing his slider and curve. Once again, Phil Cousy going to make sure he reminds LaTroy Hawkins the warning was put out there early in the game as far as no more pitches thrown inside.
Shin-Soo Choo, the right fielder, leading things off. As he swings through the first one, he's 1 for 3 tonight, a double in the 6th inning. 35th of the season. Oh, and bouncing out in front of the plate. Greinke threw 112 pitches tonight, 74 for strikes. Two balls and 1 strike. This one will reach his seats down the left field line.
There's been some souvenirs in the stands today as far as foul baseballs hit.
Halos with 4 in the first, 4 in the fourth, 1 in the 6th. Cleveland with 2 in the 4th and 2 in the 7th. Mike Scioscia, the Angels trying to get 6 outs out of the bullpen. Try to pick up a game in the American League West. This one's line to left. Trumbo is there. 1 out. They'll try to keep pace as well in the American League wild card. The Halos at the start of the day 2.5 games back in the wild card standings. A lot of victories by teams involved in the wild card. Detroit, Chicago, Baltimore. Tampa Bay is currently leading Seattle. That game in the 9th. 2-1.
I think when Bud Selig decided to go with that second wild card team, he couldn't ask for a better race here so far for that. The interest is going to be kept going throughout this entire season for that extra position in the playoffs.
Santana with a 1 ball, no strike count. 0 for 2 in this one. Was hit by a pitch and scored in the 4th. 1-1. This series wraps up tomorrow night. Roberto Hernandez will be making his 2012 debut against Dervin Santana. Roberto Hernandez is the gentleman formerly known as Fausto Carmona. Inside, it's 2 balls and 1 strike.
Another sinker ball pitcher for Cleveland.
Down the left field line, Ibar, Callaspo, and Trumbo. It's Eric Ibar, and no, it's Callaspo sitting there making the catch. 2 outs.
Good hustle by both Callaspo and Ibar, tracking that foul ball all the way down the line. And Callaspo calling the baseball, and Ibar in position just in case.
So 2 outs and nobody on for Michael Brantley. He's had a multi-homer game. 2-run shot, multi-hit game, I should say. A 2-run shot in the 4th inning and a single in the 7th. Broken bat, looper out to shallow right. That will fall in for a base hit. Brantley with a 3-hit night. time tonight as the Indians, with 2 outs, have picked up a hit. And I'm talking about starting an inning. Greinke had 1, 2, 3 inning, and that was in the 3rd. So man on board for Casey Kochman, the first baseman, had a single back in the 2nd. And Kochman rips one down the line. That will go out for a 2-run home run. It is 9-6 Angels.
Another high fastball. We talked about Kochman, not your typical left-handed batter. When he gets a pitch elevated, he can turn on it. Don't waste any time getting that high fastball and hitting it out. His 11th home run. Giving him 42 RBI.
Kochman with his 11th of the year. 2 outs and the base is clear. Scioscia's coming out. Jepson's warming up in the bullpen, and that might be it for LaTroy with Jason Donald coming up. LaTroy throws 12 pitches, gets the first 2 outs, and then gives up back-to-back hits, including the Kochman home run. Halos here in the 8th, still up 9-6.
Roberto Hernandez, a 19-game winner back in 2007, making his first start of the season. Going against Urban Santana, just 1-8 in his career versus Cleveland, but that one win, a no-hitter in Cleveland. Urban's been throwing the ball much better of late. 5-10 mark, ERA 5.82.
There's Roberto Hernandez watching what's going on here in the 8th inning. 2 outs. Nobody on base. Kevin Jepsen takes over for LaTroy Hawkins here to 9-6 Angels lead.
Only 15 innings since being recalled from AAA. 14 strikeouts for Kevin Jepsen. His fastball has been up there at 99. More between 94 and 99. Hard cut fastball and slider.
Line back up the middle. Donald picks up his 2nd hit of the night. First pitch fastball swinging. It'll bring up Hanahan. Hanahan 1 for 2. The third baseman. The ground out a walk and a single as the fastball is down low. 2 balls and no strikes. Two and one. Halos had a 4-0 lead. It became a 4-2 lead. It went 8-2, then 9-2. Cleveland got 2 in the 7th, and then 2 so far here in the 8th. Throw over to first. Donald is back. Here's the 2-1. That's in there. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
A good location with that 97-mile-an-hour fastball from Jepson.
Angels in the bottom of the 8th inning. We'll have Hunter, Pujols, and Morales coming up. Figure Herman will be coming back out. He got the double play ball off the bat of Trout to finish off the 7th. Here's the 2-2. Inside, a full count. That means Donald will be off at the pitch over at first. Mariners have scored a run against Fernando Rodney in the 9th. That game is tied up at 2-2. Have a man at third base, 2 outs. Here, 9-6 Angels, 2 outs, and man at first. Pujols playing back. Donald takes off. Here's a 3-2, and this one's down toward left center field. Trout has a beat on this one. He's there, puts it away. The inning comes to an end. Cleveland tacks on 2 on the home run by Kochman. Way to the bottom of the inning. The Angels up by 3. Of 9-6, the Seattle Mariners have finished off the come from behind victory against Fernando Rodney. So no shooting of arrows up in Seattle. Here in the bottom of the 8th, it'll be Hunter, Pujols, and Morales to face Herman, who got Trout to hit into that 6-3 double play that ended the 7th. Herman, the second reliever used by Manny Actis, and went 2 1/3, gave up a run on 5 hits, 2 strikeouts and a walk. The Angels look for some more runs here. Ernesto Frieri is up now in the pen. Torrey rips one right back off of Herman. It ricochets to Kochman. 1 out. That was a missile.
Well, you talk about perfect approaches throughout the game for Torrey Hunter. He's had a couple hits. Oh, right off the leg. It's right around the shin or knee area.
That's what I thought. He's waving everybody off. The shin area. Yeah.
As a hitter, that's all you can do is have that approach hard back up the middle.
Here's Albert with 1 out, nobody on. The fastball missing inside. Albert 2 for 3 tonight. The walk, a line out, a 3-run home run in the 4th. An RBI doubled in the 6th. A home run is 26th. The double his 32nd. A 4 RBI night. He has 82 runs batted in now. And a good hitter's count now at 2 balls and no strikes. With those 4 RBIs, Albert now middle of the pack as far as the league leaders. As he looks at a strike, 2-1. The start of the day, Miguel Cabrera and Josh Hamilton leading the league with 99 runs batted in. Josh Willingham, Prince Fielder, Edwin Encarnacion, Adrian Gonzalez, and Pujols. 2-1 pitch outside.
Well, he's tracking the baseball so well here.
Morales on deck. This one's pulled just wide of the bag at third. Full count. Called strike 3 on the outside corner. Got a fastball. 2 outs.
Pretty tough pitch. That outside part of the plate at the knees, very difficult for hitter to make contact on that pitch at 95.
Good location. There's Kendricks, 1 for 4. Single run batted in the first inning. Baseballs come out to the outfield grass in left center field. Ernesto will be coming on in the 9th inning. He'll be facing 9, 1, and 2, barring any pinch hitters. It'll be Carrera, Kipnis, and Cabrera. Breaking pitch is in for strike. Jerry Davis saying it did not go. Evens the count at 1 ball, 1 strike. Sharply hit, but right into the overshift. Cabrera has it. The inning comes to an end. We will head to the 9th. The Angels up 9-6. Back out here at the Big A, the Halos up by the score of 9-6 here in the ninth inning. And Mike Sosa turning the ball over to Ernesto Friere. He's got a new defense out in the outfield as expected. Peter Borges takes over in center field, and that moves Mike Trout over to left. So Mark Trumbo no longer in the game. And as we pointed out, Ernesto Friere comes on, and he'll be facing 9-1-2 for the Indians. Ernesto pitching in his 37th game, 1-0 record at 2.04 earned run average. 13 saves this season. Last pitched in Sunday's game. Gave up a run on one hit, had 2 strikeouts and a walk. Ezekiel Carrera to lay things off for Cleveland. A strikeout, a double play ball, and an RBI single. That puts him at 1 for 3. First one's in the dirt. 1 ball, no strikes. And Troy Hawkins goes 2/3 of an inning, gives up 2 runs. Jepson 1/3 of an inning, 1 hit. One ball, 1 strike. Lifted foul and out of play.
That's that great late life on that 95-mile-an-hour fastball from Friere. That lateral movement he creates from his arm angle.
Here's the 1-2. Check swing, bouncer foul. Another 1-2 pitch. This one fouled off the left. Halos trying to snap a 3-game losing streak. Offense tonight with 13 hits, 9 runs. Got the scoring started early. This one off to the left again. The count remains at 1 ball, 2 strikes.
A nice job as far as swinging the bat, scoring the runs, but the approach is the important thing. Started with that man right there. Great swings throughout. Torrey Hunter did the same thing. And the souvenir still going into the stands.
Leadoff man, DH Jason Kipnis on deck. Out toward right center field. Borges is there. 1 out. Brings up Kipnis. He's 1 for 4. Single, a strikeout, a couple of ground outs. Did pick up an RBI in the 7th inning as he had an RBI ground out. His 60th run batted in this season. Looks at a fastball for a strike. Oh, and 2.
All-speed slider there from Friere.
Oh, 2 on the way. Kipnis fouls it back. 39,827 in the house tonight. Our thanks once again to Troy Percival for joining us. Swing and a miss. Down goes Kipnis, 2 down. Halos continuing the celebration of the 10th anniversary 2002 World Championship team all week long.
Great life on that fastball.
I think the pep talk I gave the guys down in the clubhouse about your birthday and everything.
I think that was the key.
May have worked out.
Good job.
Yeah. There's this dribble. Cabrera swings first pitch, fouls it off the left. Cabrera 0 for 4 tonight. Struck out his last time up. 0-1 pitch. Just missed low. 1 ball, 1 strike. Ernesto trying to close it out for Zach Greinke with 7 innings tonight. Allowed 4 runs on 8 hits. Greinke looking for that first win as a member of the Angels back in the American League. Tonight being his 4th start. 1-1. Swing and a miss. 1 and 2.
And the chance to get double figures and win for Greinke.
Here's the 1-2. Out to right. Torrey Hunter's right there. Light that baby up as the Angels snapped their 3-game losing streak. They take game 2 by the final of 9-6.
Boy, this great approach, especially starting off there in the first inning. They scored 4 runs with 5 hits. Torrey Hunter with that rocket back up the middle. Mike Trout got it started with a double to right center field. Albert Pujols, is he hot right again? Did his good at bats last night, last 2. Carried into today the momentum, a 3-run home run. 26 home runs on a season with 4 RBIs, giving him 82. Zach Greinke with the win, balanced throughout. Chris Arnett, a solid game, a couple hits, couple walks, and a run scored. Eric Ibar with a big fly.
It's good to see Zach Greinke pick up his first W as a member of the Angels. We're waiting for Albert Pujols, who's going to join us for our post-game interview. Albert, a nice game for him. 4 runs batted in, now with 82 RBIs on the season. It was his 26th home run in the 4th inning, and an RBI double, his 32nd double of the year. The Halos with the victory now 61-56 on the season. They pick up a game of the standings with Texas being shut out earlier tonight by the New York Yankees, and keeping pace in the American League wild card. And Seattle helping things out as a lot of teams won tonight that obviously matter in the whole situation.
Yeah, the bottom line for Mike Such's team, everything had to be put together, and I think for the most part you saw a solid team effort here tonight in the victory against Cleveland.
Albert continued to get ready. By the way, Ubaldo Jimenez took the loss for Cleveland. He is now 9-12 on the season. Albert just getting situated with the headset down on the field. The Angels picking up this one by the score of 9-6, and I'm assuming Albert is ready to go, and you can hear us all right, Albert?
Yeah.
Hey, a big game, obviously, for the Halos going into this one, a 3-game losing streak, and it's great to see the ball club offensively come right out in the first inning, send 10 men to the plate, and score 4 runs. That kind of tends to settle a lot of people down in that clubhouse, I would imagine.
Well, definitely. We've been struggling, as lately, scoring some run early. But, those 4 runs were key for us. You're facing Ubaldo Jimenez, one of the best pitchers over the last couple of years in the league. And, we knew it was going to be tough, and we worked the count, and we scored some runs.
Hey, Albert, last night you had 2 really good at-bats to end your game, and you carried that momentum yourself into the game with some really good swings.
Well, it's you battle all year. You don't take anything for granted. Obviously, sometimes you get some big hits, sometimes you don't. It just that's the way it is. I think the best thing is to keep the attitude always, to go out there and fight, and do whatever it takes to help this organization to win.
It's got to feel good to go out there, support Zach Greinke, making his fourth start as a member of the Angels, and finally getting to see him pick up a W. He looked very good this evening.
Well, I'm pretty sure we're going to see a lot of more wins from him. He's a guy I've been facing over the last couple of years in the National League. He's a competitor, man. He's going to go out there and give us his best, and we're going to go out there and try to score some run for him. And tonight it was awesome. We gave a little bit of cushion. He makes a couple of mistakes, but at the end it was great to come up with a win.
Now, does it help when you're going to face another sinker ball pitcher tomorrow night? 3 consecutive nights where guys are going to be down in the strike zone. And does that help your approach as far as hitting that baseball back through the middle?
My approach is always hitting the ball back to the middle. Sometimes you get too much on front, but I never faced Carmona before, or Hernandez. That's his name now, but. It's going to be awesome. Tomorrow we just need to come up and try to do the same thing. I think the best thing today was to get this win and give us an opportunity to hopefully win the series tomorrow.
Albert, as always, we appreciate it, man. Nice job tonight. Big game for you.
Thank you, guys. God
Albert Pujols picking up his 26th home run, his 32nd double of the year, now with 82 runs batted in. The Halos pick up game 2 by the final of 9-6. Stick around as Chris McGee, Jose Mota, Garrett Anderson will continue to break things down. Angels Live post-game edition. That is coming up next.